The date is June 16th, 2025, and it is time to look at everything that's going on in the hobby, in all of the auctions, both in the last week that's gone and in the week that we have ahead. I'm your host, Adam Gray, at the Real 27 Guy on Instagram, and thank you for joining or for for watching this episode with me here. I've been gone for the last couple weeks. I missed doing the show for the last few weeks. I think I did it 3 weeks ago, but for the last 2 weeks, I've actually been in England. If you follow me on my social accounts, you might have realized that or seen that. Maybe you haven't. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go back to where I served my mission. I spent 2 years in England between 2002 and 2004. And my in-laws are in England, and they are serving a mission right now in an area called High Wycombe. My father-in-law is an immigration attorney, and so he is spending his time there doing awesome things that are very much needed. And my mother-in-law is working on all sorts of other great things that need to be done there in the mission. And so we went and we visited them and had a great experience. Angie and I did, but we took our kids too. And in the course of 12 days, we visited a grand total of 12 cities. We drove 1,700 miles. I have my English driver's license from back in the day, but I will tell you, there were some moments along the way that were pretty scary. Specifically, right at the beginning, after we rented the car, I sat down in the car and I just was like, holy smokes, how am I going to be able to get around this place for the next 2 weeks? And so over the course of the next 12 days, we drove 1,700 miles, mostly on those difficult British sort of carved out of the mountain or out of the hills motorways, dual carriageways. It was crazy, guys. It was absolutely crazy. So I'm glad to be back. Forgive me for my 2 minutes here at the beginning, sharing with you personal life stuff, but we had a great experience. As you can see, this shirt's actually really old. I've had this shirt for a long time, but I love England and had a great experience there as a 19, 20, 21-year-old. And it was amazing to go back. I got thousands of stories. That's not why you downloaded this, but I wanted to share that. Without further ado, let's talk about all the things that happened in the last couple of days and things that are coming up this week. So I want to start out today with a few big sales that we saw on Hoodies Collectibles yesterday. So Hoodies high-end monthly auction ended yesterday with a bang. They had some huge cards that ended. So we'll start out with this Wemby, the Gold Kaboom 2024 Wemby. So this isn't the first one. It's the second year. But as we know, the Gold Kabooms have really become maybe the insert of the era, maybe definitely the insert of the era. Lots of people are hyped about them. And this one being, only Wemby's second one, we knew it would sell for a lot, but $25,100 for that raw copy. Card number 2, this duel with 2 white patches. Again, white does not necessarily mean like plain jersey. In this case, not sure about the LeBron, but for the Kobe for sure, that white is off of the numbering. This is the dual ultimate signature materials, 2 patches. You can see the word patch in the writing here. These are 2 patches. They're just single colors, both out of Ultimate Collection, both autographs on card, $21,211. The Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Flawless from 2023, numbered out of 5. Star Swatch signatures sells for $15,600. The Ken Griffey Jr. Bowman Chrome from 2010 Superfractor, one of his very few Superfractors that were made during his playing days, and one of only a couple with the Mariners. Sells for $14,700. The 2009 sold through Hoodies a couple of months ago. I made a reel for it. That's why I remember it as well as I do. And it's clear that, since they've been selling as many of these as they have, I think this is their 3rd Superfractor. I would be shocked if these weren't all from the same seller. This one, $14,700. This one could have gone higher, but it's only graded an 8. Still one of the very few Superfractors of Ken Griffey Jr. when he was a member of the Mariners. And then the Belle of the Ball card that really just exploded. It's got a great story with it. It was actually recently pulled in the last couple of months. from a case breaker that was out of Hoodies collectibles. You can see as you watch the video that Hoodies was holding their logo over the cards as they were pulling them out, sort of saying, "Okay, let's see what cards up next." And this was the last card in the box. The LeBron, I said limited logos. I didn't mean to. Sorry about that. This is the LeBron Noble nameplates. It's the only one that they ever numbered out of the jersey number. It's out of 23. But the thing that I love about it and why I think, it sold for as strong as it did, it was just pulled. It's been amazingly well preserved, and an 8's actually the highest grade on that card that exists. Let's move to Goldin. Goldin had a few sales that were absolutely huge. We'll talk about a couple of them. This is one of them. This is a card that I highlighted during the week. Is a card that I was interested in bidding on. I didn't anticipate it hitting this almost $250,000. They made 12 different Final Floor cards in the set, and they each sort of feature an important moment or important thing. You can see this one says 45 total points. Have to do some more research, maybe on the back of some of the normal cards, as to what the 45 points represented. I don't think it's on the back of this. No, this just it does. It does say. If you scroll up here, you can see total 45 points in Game 6, pouring in 16 during the fourth quarter. So that's what that's in reference to. But they made 3 different levels, and this is level 3. These were in every Beckett, publicized in every Beckett for probably close to a year. And sorry, I'll move my face here. They were really like grails of the era. And so to see it sell for what it sold for here, $245,000, not shocking to me, but definitely an incredibly strong sale. And then actually, while I'm here, no, I'll come back to that in a second. So I wanted to show, these are the four big auctions that I highlighted in my Instagram stories on Fanatics Collect. The Midnight Josh Allen ending at $15,600. The Black Refractor Judge Auto Rookie, $16,800. The Jordan SPX, which has been autographed and signed and authenticated by PSA, $23,400. And then the PSA 8 Alcindor. And in this case, the community voted correctly. That moves us to 6 and 12 all time. We've gotten back to getting them right a third of the time. That's slightly better than just straight up guessing. It is hard to predict across the hobby what things are going to sell for the most. But every week I do this on my Instagram. I say, which of these 4 do you think will sell for the most? And now we are 6 out of 18 all time. I also wanted to show you from my Instagram this mind-boggling couple of sales. There's so many different ways that you can think about these 2 cards. You've probably heard a lot of people talk about this already. Just as soon as the sale happened, I put together this graphic and I posted it. I knew this was going to be talked about a lot, and almost immediately thereafter, I saw tons of other people posting. I'm not saying that people copied me. I'm not saying that. I do think I was the first person probably to post about it. But there's so many things, so many ways to sort of think through this. The Steph Night sells for roughly 6.5 times what the other one does. And that's amazing, right? People will say, well, the autograph on the Night's better, or the image of Steph's better, or the fact that there's the 10-10 grade, that really matters. It's a staggering difference. And what it really what it tells you is that the people who are buying these cards, sometimes they have things that they just have to have. And so something as small as an image of a player isn't so small. It's a piece of art at the end of the day. It's a collaborative piece of art. I always say this about autograph cards, right? My good friend Black Griffin Cards taught me this. When you have an autographed card, you have somebody who has produced somebody who's taken the image. You have somebody who's produced and designed the card, and then you have the athlete who has, and then somebody who chooses like materials and those types of things, who actually builds the card, and then you have the athlete who puts their signature on it. And sometimes when all of that comes together in a way that's just viewed as like perfect, you get something that again has an end result that's more like art. And so, how many Steph Curry cards are there in the world that would sell for over $500,000? There's not many. This is one of them. And to some people, that's incredibly surprising. To me, it was incredibly surprising, but it's not it's not so surprising that it could happen because it does represent an important moment. I think, I've said this for a while now, I think the Tops Now idea is a really great idea. Panini did something similar for a long time too. You got to give them a lot of credit for it. But when you have these moments that come together like this, and the other thing is everybody remembers when the Tops Now for the USA stuff came out. So, but you look at those two, if you're the person who paid $80,000, which ended far earlier in the night, on the other one, you feel pretty good about that because you're like, well, could have spent six times more on the night, but or 7 times more, whatever it is. But yeah, these obviously were huge sales. And then I had to highlight this. I thought this is so interesting. So at Fanatics Collect, sorry about that. At Fanatics Collect, there were 2 massive logo men that sold, rookie logo that sold. I don't know why this just popped up. Okay, there we go. And I think that this is really an interesting final sell here. So you had the 2021 Cade Cunningham, again, number to 5, logo man, authenticated by CGC, sells for $25,200. And then on the other side of things, you have this Ty Halliburton, number to 5, rookie year, logo man, graded by PSA is an 8, sell for $21,600. Now, the reason that I'm sort of belaboring this here is like Halliburton's in the finals, has a real chance still to win a championship. He's on the highest stage, but people are like in love with Cade, and his stuff has been going crazy over the course of the last several months. Which of these 2 cards would you rather have? I'm just gonna tell you from my perspective, like, and I really like both players. But Halliburton's like already there. Like he's in the moment. He's got a chance to win a championship. I think it's shocking that the Cunninghams sells for 20% more here, or 18% or 15% more here. I really do. I mean, it's not that shocking because they're thinly traded assets. This sort of thing happens. But like, which card would you rather own? I guess, the community has spoken. They'd rather own the Cunningham. I would have rather owned the Halliburton. So anyway, I thought that was super interesting. And that's it for the big sales that I wanted to talk about for this week. Okay, now let's talk about all the big items that are ending this week across the hobby. So we're going to start out with MC Sports Cards. And MC Sports Cards weekly auctions ending tonight, and it is absolutely huge. I've reviewed all the items already. It is a big, big auction. We cannot make it through everything. Sometimes I try. MC's sort of in that range where it's like, maybe I can make it through all of them. I end up spending so much time. I can't take that much time. But what I do want to do is I want to show you guys a few really big cards that are up and sort of look at some details on some other ones. So as I go through, I'm going to like highlight some, or I'm going to pick them and then put them in their own tab and then hit them each individually at the end. So I want to look at this Lamar Jackson. I don't think this patch is game used, but I want to double check. Ovechkin Young Guns, $1,100 for a 9.5. The Lautaro Martinez Gold Kaboom, $1,400. We saw the black of that move not that long ago, maybe like 6 months ago or something. Soto Mother's Day Pink, MJ Star PSA 7. This is the last Rookie of the Years. The Ant Spectra RPA, LeBron. Oh, I love this card. The Kobe Bryant. I've got to talk to you guys about that one for a second. 2 really quality Kobe rookies here right next to each other. The Finest Refractor, that's from Series 1. The gold is from Series 2. A lot of people like the gold more. Turns out they're actually pretty similar in terms of how rare they are because the gold set in Series 2 was really small, and the bronze set in Series 1 is really big. And so although the pack odds make it look like the gold's just way rarer, it's not that much rarer. It's worth looking into that and check the pop reports on that to make sure that I'm right. But I think they're actually pretty close. And yeah, I want to follow that. I want to follow that line in just a second. But the other thing that I just want to say real quick before I forget is that we might not remember at this point which series came out. Like we as a hobby, which series came out first. But at the time, it really mattered. And to some people, it will always really matter which came first. Series 1 and Series 2. Bronze is Series 1. The gold is Series 2. All right. Showcase. Row 0. PSA 9. One of the prettiest cards in the world in person. The second year, Luka Prism Gold. We'll come back to that one in a second. We'll come back to this Yao Ming 2006 gold refractor in a second. Gosh, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to look at this quad autograph right here. This hockey one. Oh, I love this Griffey. Man, there's so many good cards to talk about here in this MC auction. And I know I'm skipping past some awesome cards. Look at this dual NFL Cooper Cup autograph, and it's a 1/1. The Ricky Williams 1999 Rubies. Oh my goodness, that's an awesome card. I've got to highlight that. That is an awesome, awesome card. That card will definitely be on my top 10 this week. It has to. I love this Mahomes right here. It's got the black ink on it. And sometimes the black ink looks really bad. I think it looks great on that card, mostly because it has black on it. Great looking Peyton Manning. We know that the flawless dual patch autos are really some of their most recognizable and biggest inserts they ever had produced. The Reggie Miller impeccable draft picks is pick number 11. $2,000 on that. The impeccable draft or impeccable numbers. People just love those cards. I will tell you, this Noir Tim Duncan, though, is just gorgeous. Personally, I know that the autograph hides a little bit on this one over this one. I like the Noir autographs just more than anything. I mean, they're beautiful, beautiful cards. The Kobe jumbo jersey auto. This colossal set's one of the biggest jumbo patch, or jumbo, in this case, jumbo jersey autographs that exist. The Vince with the Sanity inscription is very cool. And then this giant patch on the exquisite limited logos. This is from 2006. Not the most popular year of limited logos, but it's really a strong year if you like great big patches. The Kobe here, here's what I would invite you to do if you are a big Kobe Bryant autograph fan. Look up the history of 2004 Sweet Shot. There was Sweet Spot in baseball and Sweet Shot in basketball. And in basketball, there were like different types of autographs. And I need to refresh my memory on this. And I'm going to try to before this auction is up for my top 10 post on Instagram. I think I'd like this one to make it, probably, because the white background, like the white surface, was really tough on these, like really tough, really hard pulls. I don't know if there's any indication of how many of them were produced, but I do think you can look at the pop report and see there's very few of these. This is a pretty rare Kobe autograph. Sometimes that can get lost on some of the upper deck stuff. So that's one that will be really interesting to watch tonight. A couple big gold prisms here, a couple big football gold prisms. Really nice Donovan Mitchell, the 1/1 from 2021 Optic. This is the Nebula Choice prism. It's at $460 right now. This is only in a PSA 6, but it is one of the biggest Shaquille O'Neal inserts in existence. It's the Jambalaya. It'd be interesting to look at that card and to see why it's a 6. Remember that more recently graded PSA cards like this one, a lot of them have been hit hard based on how much harder they are at grading than they used to be on this 90s stuff. A 6 might not be too bad. Big A-Rod here. It's only at $150 right now. This is the StarQuest Gold. Some of those have really soared in value, so that's worth watching. Freddie Freeman. Everyone knows and loves Freddie Freeman based on his really what he did in the postseason last year and other stuff. He's just beloved. One of the earlier Bowman Chrome rookie autos from 2009, sitting at $565. I think there's 250 of those. I think the X-Fractors. Worth looking at. I love this Bryce at Harper. I think it's super underrated. I personally think it's one of the more iconic baseball cards of the era. I don't know that everybody else thinks about that or thinks that's true, but I do. I think Bryce Harper is awesome. Tom Brady, one of his very few rookie autographs. I always say, if you're a big Brady fan, I just don't think that there's too many things that you can get at the price that you can get a press pass autograph for that are as cool as it. It's made during his rookie year. Yes, he's in his college uniform, but I think that's great. He signed this before he became Tom Brady, before he became like one of the greatest player of all time. And he signed it before we even knew whether he was going to make it in the NFL. So I love that card. $1,500 is what that's sitting at right now. This Giannis right here is just beautiful. This is the the immaculate design, the same design as it was in 2012, but with hollow foil around the window. And gosh, that's pretty. You wish Giannis' autograph was nicer. It's a little bit shortened for my liking, but Still very cool. And then a Kobe autograph where the autograph really gets hidden. I'll take a better look at that. Check out this Jeter. This is game used. I don't know what that patch is from, but check it out. Please write in the comments if you know where that patch is from. And we just continue to go. It's just such a big auction. I always highlight this Tim Duncan when we see it. There are 4 different rows in 1997. And there are rows, and then there's the legacies. A lot of people who I've talked to consider the legacies the parallel and consider the rows the base set. So they would say that Tim Duncan has 4 base cards. Well, if that's the case, then at this time, this was the first serial numbered, I think it's the very first serial numbered rookie card. And there's 500 of them. And in this case, it's a PSA 10. And how many of those are there? There's not many. So again, do you consider it a parallel? Or do you consider it a base card? If it's a base card, it is the rarest base, rookie card that had ever been made at that time. And so I think that card's super underrated. Tim Duncan's obviously super rated, but I think that card is too. Okay, let's look at these cards individually. Obviously, this Lamar Jackson's amazing for a lot of different reasons. It's the gold vinyl. That patch is incredible. I don't think it's game used, but we got to look. It is not. Wait, it is. So sorry. The enclosed player worn material is guaranteed by Panini America. So it's not game worn, but it is associated with him. That's pretty good, guys. That's pretty good. That is better than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be one of those, this is not associated with blah, 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 blah language ones. It's pretty nice. Pleasantly surprised. Okay, very cool. Okay, this card. We could beat up this card for a long time. Sorry, not beat it up. We could talk about it for a long time. I already highlighted that it's actually rarer than you think compared to the gold. Do yourself a favor. Look at the population report on your own. Actually, you know what? Let's do that real quick. Let's do it real fast. I think you guys might find this interesting. So let's pull it up. I'm going to put it in a PSA's website. Grab the cert real quick. I know you guys cannot see what I'm doing right now, so bear with me for just a moment. But I'm going to see the cert number on this card, 02082259. I'm going to enter that in. And when I do that, you will see, put this right here. You will see that I put in the wrong number. Okay, bad job by me. 02082259. What am I missing? 0208? 2259. Oh, look. There's 2 different ones. Okay, sorry. Should have just looked. I did type it in, right? Sometimes you have these things with PSA where they have like 2 cert numbers that are exactly the same. In this case, it's a Funko Pop and a card. You can see this one's a really old label. It doesn't have the image up, which many of them do not. Sorry, you don't even have it on the screen. I'm just like talking to myself there for a second. Forgive me, guys. So not exactly a low pop card, right? There's 154 of these, 17 higher, and that's the with coding. Okay, and what I wanted to check on this, if we click here, I want to compare the golds with the regulars. I think there's more of the regulars. Remember, the golds come from Series 2. It's a different card number in the set. The regulars come from Series 1. I want to just check this to see how much rarer. I think the golds are rarer. I don't think it's as much as you might think. So refractor with coating and refractor. 700, it's about the same actually as the Topps Chrome. Super interesting. So 700, actually, what is the Topps Chrome? That's another thing that'd be interesting to look at. 750-ish when you add these two together, right? Refractor and refractor with coating. 300. So rarer? Yes. The gold is rare. About twice as rare. Is that as different as you thought it would be? I think it's a lot closer than most people think it would be. Gold's definitely rare, but a lot closer than people think. Tell me what you guys think. If I was way off there, tell me what you guys think. All right. Now let's go. Actually, let me get out of a bunch of this stuff. Remember, I'm going to, as I always do, pick out my 5 favorite auctions of the week. And so we're going to go through here and we're going to pull all of them out. We're going to leave that one open right there. So we've got the Kobe. That will not be one of my favorite fives of the week. I do love that card very much. Okay, Luka's second year Prism Gold. That's the story. You want a Luka Gold Prism, like a true Prism Gold? The commons from the set are a few $100 at this point. It's Luka's second one. Does it matter? How much does it matter? I will tell you what I think about this type of card and why I would be very bullish on this sort of card in the long term. Not necessarily because of Luka. I don't know what to think about Luka long term. I just don't know. What I do know is this. You're going to see more and more collectors want to put together difficult runs of cards that matter. So do I see a time where people will want to own every Prism Gold, like the base Prism Gold of a given player? Yeah, we already see that right now. Lots of people are doing those types of things. Are we going to see it more for players like Luka? Yeah, we're going to see it more for players like Luka. People don't collect sets as much as they used to. There's still crazy people that try to put together gold Prism sets like Nat. But for the most part, people aren't like able to do that or even able to dream of stuff like that. So there are still some people, I don't mean to call them crazy, but you know what I mean? Like really like fanatical people who have the means to be able to do that sort of thing. What there's far more of are people who want to put together runs. And this card is perfect for a run. All right, I got to keep moving. Yao, story here is this is his rarest gold refractor. 2006, they only made 25. There was one of these that recently sell, interestingly, on Leland's. I'll bet you this is the same copy. No, maybe it's not the same copy. It might be the same copy. We rarely see the cards sell, though. So that'll be interesting. This quad autograph is so cool. 4 of the greatest hockey players of all time, all on the same card. Definitely check that one out. I love this Griffey because it's an original card, but then they was purchased back and they had him sign it and stamped it and all that stuff. It's called the Originals. I love that set. And this Ricky Williams, I'm in love with, numbered 4 out of 15. If you were there, if you went through the Ricky Williams craziness, right? Like people were sure he was going to be one of the greats of all time. All right. Maybe he didn't end up doing that, but he's still a name that people remember. This will be one to watch tonight. It'll be a really fun auction to watch. This Kobe, the autograph is on card. Definitely gets lost. You know why it gets lost? Because it is from the 2009 year when Panini was still trying to figure things out. And man, they messed up on a lot of stuff. In retrospect, you'd like to see a better area for this. But what it lacks in terms of aesthetics of the autograph, it has in terms of like it's an important era, right? They're just like Leaf Limited or Limited, whatever they call it on this. Limited. It's not even Leaf Limited. It's Panini Limited. It was like one of their key brands at the time. So it's a game-used piece, big, nice autograph. Again, it hides a little bit, but very unique as far as Kobe autographs go. And we're going to stop there. Okay, now let's move to Alt. Okay, Alt has, as usual, big auction ending Thursday. Got a gold Ultra Stars and a BGS 9.5, a Cristiano Ronaldo 2024 Kaboom Gold, the very first jumbo patch auto from Flawless of Kobe Bryant. Remember, he doesn't have one in 2012. He's got one in 2013. Then they've got the Fusion, the regular Fusion out of 25. Really big SGA RPA. That's a game-used RPA. And, yeah, just another huge auction for these guys. And, again, those all end Thursday. Some really, really big cards ending this Thursday. Okay, that's our update for Alt. Let's look at hoodies. Sorry, I got to go kind of fast today, guys. So for hoodies, we've got the BGS 8.5 rookie that's $7,100 and ends in 3 days. Got this very unusual 1980 unopened wax box. Why do I say unusual? This is not junk wax at this point. You don't see 1980s unopened boxes sell very often. Bunch of cool non-sports stuff. Look at this mantle though, guys. 68, one of his last cards. PSA 8.5. And an Ohtani dual bat jersey autograph, all right next to an unopened wax box. Basketball, 1978. 1978 is not the biggest year. There's only a couple of like Hall of Fame type rookies in that set, but you do still have Jabbar and you've got Irving, some of those big names at the time, but not a lot of huge rookies in 1978. And we'll call it there for hoodies. All right, let's move to the Goldin Weekly auction, which ends in 3 days from now. We've got 3 Goldin auctions we have to look at as part of this. But you know what I didn't do as part of this? I didn't sort by highest, and I like to usually do that. So let's sort by highest, see if it works. It does. All right, cool. Check out this LeBron Kaboom right at the top. Huge card, 2024, PSA 9, great looking image of LeBron at 11 grand right now. SGA's Optic Gold, number 3 out of 10, PSA 10. Deep discount over the Prism rookie. And I'm going to tell you, I've said this a million times, 2018 Optic, better looking card than 2018 Prism. Just being real. I just think it's a better looking card. I love the rated rookie, the iconic rated rookie look. They didn't like edit it here or anything. It just looks exactly like you want it to. And I personally like this card more than Shea's Prism rookie. I know it sells for way, way less. I like it more. Just being real. Okay, actually, what did I come past here? The downtown duos of McCarthy and Jefferson. Really cool patch auto of Steph. For whatever reason, that sort of looked to me like a rookie card. It's obviously not a rookie card. It's flawless Steph, but this design looks like a typical rookie design. It's a really cool Steph card. Really, really cool. What is this? Cool. A Yamal signed rookie from 2023. Great looking auto. 910 gold foil numbered out of 50. PSA 5 MJ rookie, 3 grand. Oh, look at this. Look at this Kobe right here. Oh, look at the minute here too. Okay, so really a couple of interesting cards here that flank this Chamberlain rookie, which is one of the most iconic basketball cards ever made. If you go and you look at the pop report for 1986 Fleer autographed rookies, Bull is not very high. There's like 30 something. There's a very small number. I can't remember exactly what it is. You can go check it out. But the reason that I think Minute is worth as much as he is not only are there very few, but Minute Bull's very popular. It's really popular. Like he has cards from modern era, like modern patch and autograph cards. He was in the first Flawless series, for example. He's got an unbelievable couple of patches from 2012 Flawless. But he's like so well known, right? Not just because he was the tallest player, but like he was interesting. He's always been interesting. And it's a fantastic card. And then on the other side of the Chamberlain, check out this Kobe. 1 of 3 from 2013 National Treasures. Could pass as like a flawless card. Looks very simply designed with the white and then the hollow foil in here. I mean, I'm going to see if I can look at that one real quick. That is an awesome card. That might make the top 5 for me this week. I love that piece. I love it. What is this? Ty Cobb Transcendent Cut Signature. Great looking cut signature. Great looking Kobe Legacy rookie. Another big Kobe rookie up this week. An SGA patch auto out of Flawless. That is the game used RPA. It's vertical. One of the best ones out of Flawless for sure. The Score, the franchise autographs, multi-signed by Yaz, Musial, and Mick. Like that's a huge piece. That's really interesting because it's such an early autograph. 1992 is right about when autographs started. 91 is when basketball autographs started with Dikembe and Dominique, if I'm not mistaken, in 91-92 Fleer. I don't know how many autographs are older than this in baseball. And it's funny that I don't know about it off the top of my head. I would think that I would. I know there's an early Reggie Jackson out of Upper Deck. Obviously, a couple years later, we got the duel of Mantle and, oh my goodness, Griffey. I couldn't remember Griffey's name there for a second. Man, I'm getting old. But this card right here, I do want to look at that. That is a really cool piece. Highlighted this card recently, this Messi. I still don't think people realize how rare that card is. I've said for a long time, if I was a collector, or if I was just into making money, this soccer would be the best place to do it. I still feel like that's true. I think soccer guys are still trying to figure out what their favorite cards are. Okay, let's look at the few cards that we've got in here. Yeah, see this Kobe is just fantastic. It's a tag off of the laundry tag, or the logo man off the laundry tag, excuse me. Number 1 of 3. Really just a lovely, lovely design. It's a PSA 10 too. Yeah, I love this card. I think that card's probably in my top 5 this week, guys. I'm gonna put that one off to the side. That'll be interesting to watch this week. Okay, 92 Score. Oh, it's like in a nice gold ink. Check this out, guys. Musial and Mantle get close to each other. I can't tell if they touch. My eyes are kind of funny when it comes to color stuff. Sometimes I have a hard time seeing color, but I don't think they touch. And then Yaz is hanging out over here by himself. We look at the back. Oh, yeah, I love that. Look at that like print on there, that 113 out of 500. This card's phenomenal. I love this card. Produced by Score. I want to know the story on this. I want to do a reel on this card. This is a cool card. Chance that it goes in my top 5 this week for sure. I love that piece. And that is it for the Goldin Weekly. Like I said, though, there's a lot of stuff going on at Goldin this week. So we'll get out of this one and we will go. Let me see. I don't need to be in this anymore. And all right. Okay. The vintage auction ends in 5 days. I think that's Saturday, right? Headlined by the biggest, what I would argue is the most iconic card in all of the hobby. It did not finish number 1 on the Iconic 100. It finished number 3. And I do not believe that is right. I believe that people put too high of a vote on the Mantle 52 and the Jordan 86 Fleer. I think that the Wagner is the most iconic card ever. And if there's one baseball card that I would ever just say, okay, what do I have to do to get that card? This is it. This is the Connecticut Wagner. You've heard people talk about that before. And I would love to share more details. There's a million things out there on this card right now, but look, I mean, it's sitting at $3.9 million with 5 days to go. You got the Ruth, the 1915 Ruth. This is a picture of the team card. We've seen a few of these sell over the last few years. I wonder if this one is one of those that sold a few times. Very few of these in existence. The only card that he has that predates this team card is the 1914 Baltimore News card, and that card's in the millions and millions of dollars. So if you want an early Ruth and you don't want to spend millions and millions of dollars, this is your best chance. Circa 1902 Sporting Life cabinet card of Honus Wagner. Very cool. There's a lot of other great vintage stuff up this week. Definitely take a look. We're talking about huge, huge items, guys. Oh, man, look at this. Christy Mathewson, 1903 at 96 grand. If you scroll down, look at this one. This Gehrig is signed. It's a 2 with a 7 autograph. I do want to look at that. That might make my list. I just love autograph stuff like this, especially of a guy like Gehrig, who's been gone for almost 100 years. He's been gone for so long. The Ditka rookie, an impossible grade. Oh, my goodness. This is a 9. It says Pop 4. Highest graded example. Oh, that is huge. This first I've seen some of these. That's a huge piece. I want to look at that one a little bit closer. That one might make my top 5 too, just because Ditka is so iconic, right? Like everybody knows Mike Ditka, and there's only 4 in a PSA 9, none higher. Those black edges. It's an easy story to tell on that card. Extremely rare Ty Cobb 1914 publishing company postcard. That's a cool piece. Yeah, if you're a vintage fan, guys, you've got to come look at this stuff because, I mean, we're at the end of the second page and we're to an autographed Mickey Mantle rookie card. We're to an autographed Willie Mays 1952 Topps card. I mean, this whole auction is just crazy huge. An autographed Jackie Robinson, Pop 2, only 2 higher. One of my favorite years, the 55 Topps. Autographed Mantle, 53, was that 53? 53. Signed Willie Mays. I mean, this is a huge auction. If you love vintage stuff, man, you've got to check this one out. Okay, this Gehrig. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's just phenomenal. 2 with a 7 autograph. Yeah, I love that. That's definitely got a chance for a top 5 card this week. And we can get out of here now. Oh, yeah, look at this Ditka. Graded a long time ago. 01. Graded and then re-slabbed. I would say, but it was re-slabbed a long time ago. So it was originally graded. Well, actually, am I wrong about that? I don't think I'm wrong about that. Maybe I am. When it starts with 01, is it a reslab? I should know this. It has to do with how many digits. You don't care about any of that stuff. What I can tell you definitively is those black edges are murder. Just murder. Look at the centering. Centering's off side to side. 40, 60, 45, 55, something like that. It's a 9, not a 10. Registration's off a little bit. You can see a little bit of, see how it goes from white to, what is that, blue there. You can see his face is just maybe just a little blurry. No, his face looks good. I don't know. I need to look at other examples. I don't know the card that well to be able to say, hey, this registration on this one's great. I don't know that well. What I do know is a 9, there's 4 of them. It's 100 grand. Really an interesting one to watch this week. All right. And then is that it for that is it for the vintage. Then I just wanted to highlight this quickly. This is the game used Goldin auction. A lot of really cool pieces in this. I'm not a game used expert, but definitely something that you want to check out if you have an interest in game used this week. Okay, now let's move to Fanatics Collect. And we're sorted right here from highest to lowest. You can see that we start, and sorry, my face is over. I'm going to move my face on this one. You can see that we start with a Jordan 86 Fleer and a BGS 9.5. And the story here is that this isn't just a Jordan 86 Fleer. This is a true gem plus. So here's the data on this card that you've got to know. Michael Jordan's 86 Fleer, if you compare Beckett and PSA, is so interesting. And I've done this several times. So I can speak to this from a place of like, I do know what I'm talking about as far as the population on these two cards. We don't even have to look it up. I'm just going to tell you, but you should go look it up. Confirm what I'm saying is true. So if you go to PSA's pop report and you check the whole thing, I know we're looking at a Beckett card. Stay with me for a second. If you go to PSA's pop report and you look at the whole population, you're going to find 320-ish cards that are graded at PSA 10. And if you go to Beckett's pop report, you're going to find a lot higher number than that are graded at 9.5. But here is the interesting part. If you go to that Beckett pop report and you drop it into Excel, which you can do if you just like highlight the whole thing, or not the pop report, but like all of them that have ever been graded, you highlight all of them, drop it in Excel, and then you sort or filter by each of the subgrades. What you're going to find is this. There are almost identical percentages of PSA 10s as there are 9.5s where all 4 subs are 9.5 or higher. So historically, getting a 9.5 with all 5 9s or higher is just as hard as getting a PSA 10. They're like identical. So then the next question is, well, what about like if there's a 10 in it, or what we call a true gem, all 9.5s plus, meaning it has an extra a subgrade that's a 10. That's actually incredibly rare. Now, there are several copies where you have a 10 or 2 10s and 2 9.5s. There are copies where you have 2 10s, a 9 and a 9.5. There are all those sort of things. But I'm telling you, if you are just in the market for a Jordan rookie that is been graded a gem by BGS that has all 9.5s and a 10, there's very few of these. Like very few. It is so much harder to get an all 9.5s and a 10 or true gem plus from Beckett than it is a PSA 10 from PSA. It's not even close. And then what will it sell for? Like way less than a PSA 10. Way less. And so, you know, the question is, the people always say, like, buy the card, not the grade. I'm not telling you what to do, but I am telling you, if you were like, I really like BGS, I actually think that they have, you know, I really like their holders or whatever, like, this is one of the highest graded Beckett copies ever. And go do the sorting for yourself. See what I'm talking about. See how many are actually higher than this. It's very, very little. So go check that out. The Jordan Duncan Go Nuts here is interesting. We've seen some really yellow copies sell. This one's far nicer. You can see it's not as clear as the regular like cases, but I think as far as these go, this one's pretty good. I don't know, you compare it to others, but I think it's pretty nice. PSA 10 on the Rockstars. Rockstars is not a super rare card. I think these are like 1 in 144 packs. But a PSA 10, there's not a lot of them out here. Check out the pop report. BGS 9 on the 86 Fleer. One of the Steph Curry cards that just gets lost in the shuffle sometimes. But it shouldn't, because he just doesn't have very many rookie autographs. He doesn't have that many rookie cards. It's at $4,700. Really nice 53 mantle. One of my favorite cards, definitely of the week, and a card that I'm going to put probably in my top 5. This Wilt Chamberlain Mirror Tudo Sport is a card that I've owned previously. It went into an album. It is a sticker. Because it was made in 1968, he was with the Philadelphia 76ers at the time, but you will notice that he is not featured as a Philadelphia 76er in this card. In this card, he is featured as a member of the Harlem Globetrotters. It looks like it's drawn on him. I would guess that it probably is drawn on him. Maybe I'm mistaken about that. Maybe the whole thing's art. I'm not sure. Like I said, I've owned one, but the back on mine was stuck. had like come off. I got it graded with PSA. It came back a 1. I was happy with my PSA 1. This is an 8. This is a pop 1 of 1, and there is none graded higher. So it is the highest graded, and it's a pop 1. And it's the only original Wilt, where he's featured as a member of the Globetrotters. As a guy who loves vintage basketball, it's very easy to get excited for this one. I love that card. All right. Sorry, guys. I got to fly this week. I've got so much stuff going on that I got to get to today. Ooh, PSA 9 on the Schmidt. That's a big card right there. PSA 1 on the Jackie. Really nice looking one, though. Take a really close look at that one. Let's do at least a few more pages here. We'll at least go to page 3. A lot of times people are like, hey, make sure you get through enough pages on Fanatics Collect. I need to do a better job of that. Okay, so this card, we got to look at this card. Look at that one together for sure. We're going to look at this Kobe for sure. What is this? Ooh. Okay, we're going to look at this Ovechkin. Ooh, Gold Shack 9.5. That's a big card. Okay. We're gonna go to page 3. Got to at least get to page 3. Gosh, I am short on time today, guys. Today is just flying past. What is that? Look at this Tom Brady proof autographed final card. Okay, we'll look at that one real quick. I don't know what is going on there. I love this LeBron. I've always loved this LeBron. Low-end product, high-end card. Love low-end product, high-end cards. They're the best. Oh, and look at that. Look at that Peyton Manning. That's really cool too. Okay, so this is only a PSA 6, which I love because I don't love that. And this is one thing that it's just a thing that Fanatics does. They call all jersey cards, they include the word patch in the listing. This is a jersey card. This is not a patch card. Language is a funny thing because language changes. And some people would like all jersey cards to be patch cards. This isn't a jersey card. It's a patch card. But for those people who recently have entered the hobby, they might see those two things as the same thing. That's what their language tells them. But historically, and when this card came out, there were jersey cards and there were patch cards. And this is, as you can see, it is a jersey as it's listed on the slab and it's listed on here. But I've gotten into the weeds here in a way that I probably don't need to. What I do want to say is this. People don't realize that in 1998, they made 6 Jordan jersey autographs that were the first Jordan jersey autographs where he was a member of the Bulls. And they sort of think, oh, yeah, there's probably a whole bunch of those regular game jersey cards. There's not. There's not a bunch of different versions. There's one version of this card, and that is it. You're looking at it. So they made 6 of the jersey autos. They made 1 of the jersey. Look at the pop report. There's not very many. Recently graded card. First Bulls jersey. It's beautiful. I love the design. I love it. It will go up a lot from here, obviously, but I love that card. It's fantastic. This Kobe here is also fantastic. Gosh, I might want to put that Jordan on my top 5. Sorry, guys. It's back a ways. We'll see if I need to come back to it. This Jordan's numbered to this Kobe's numbered to 25. It is the gold. It is the first year of Immaculate, the first patch autograph for Kobe. I thought this year, if you were numbered to 25, you were red. I wonder if Kobe has a red that's like numbered to less than that. In any case, it's the first year of Immaculate and it's a patch autograph. It's a great card. And I wanted to look at this Ovechkin because I wanted to see if it's a parallel. It's not. It's an insert. You can see here on the back. It doesn't have numbers. It has these letters. AIP-AO for Alexander Ovechkin, and AIP stands for, I don't know. I'm not sure what that stands for. What I do know is the UD Ice is like a really phenomenal design, right? It's like I don't know if this year, if it's an acetate. I think it is an acetate this year. You just see the whole thing, though. It just looks beautiful. Great looking card. Numbered 1 of 10 with that. Is there 3 colors there? I like how it kind of looks like 1 out of 10, no matter how you turn your head. What's it graded? It's graded an 8 with a 10 autograph. Great piece. And then this Tom Brady final card proof. Says it's a proof. Signed. Giant autograph. Just absolutely giant. That's very cool. That's very cool. I like that one a lot. All right. And then Okay. And then we get to Heritage. Now, you might not realize, because it's not one of their major auctions, Heritage actually has a weekly auction. It's going right now. It ends in 6 days. And if you look through, you're going to see a lot of cool vintage stuff. I just want to make sure you guys didn't miss that. Again, smash the like button so that because I reminded you of an auction you probably didn't know was happening. Heritage every once in a while will have these weekly or not weekly auctions. These auctions that have some stuff that's not as huge, but you can see like Nolan Ryan autograph. I think this is his first single card. Like, this is a huge piece. There's a lot of big stuff, a lot of cool stuff in here. It's just not the normal Heritage like $1 million cards and $100,000 cards. The biggest card in this auction looks like it's probably this really nice 2.5 Ted Williams 1941 play a ball, right? So you're not looking at, I'm not sure if there will be any 5-figure cards in this auction, but you want to make sure you go get a look, because some of that stuff could end up being really like good prices. And by that same token, REA also has an auction happening right now. Biggest cards, probably this Babe Ruth, a PSA 7 on the Sporting Kings. Absolutely huge piece. Card that definitely has a chance of making my top 5 this week. Not just because it's the condition that it's in, but I always love this card. And I love that piece. I love it. Sometimes you see the black coming through up here, and you see it right there. Or I should say the red. See how it like comes through just a little bit. Also, peek this. It has the above average old PWCC sticker. So that's cool too. It's a great copy of an iconic Ruth, one of the first color Ruths ever made. So make sure you check out REA. Make sure you check out Heritage. It's easy to miss those little auctions, guys. And you will never miss their more significant auctions, because they're huge. You get things in the mail and everybody's talking about them. But these smaller auctions, you might miss out. So like I said, if you appreciate finding out about that, smash that like button. All right. Now let's go to the last one of the day, and then we'll do the top 5. I just want to look at the card hobby auctions that are up right now. Really big SGA, Star Swatch signatures. The Logoman tag of Anthony Edwards. What is that? I've got to look at that. I'm not sure what that is. I think I know, but I'm not sure. Ooh, what is this Shea right here? That looks like it's got holofoil on it. Am I wrong? Probably wrong. Big Kobe, this year of Flawless 2014. They did a lot more cards in holofoil. I personally love that. They're not as rare, but they're just also good looking. And then we got to look at this. This ends tonight. Jokic Gold or Jokic Black. Nice Towns Logoman. Yeah, a lot of great stuff up this week at Card Hobby. I always love this stuff. Talked about it a million times. Let's do one more page. I really flew through that page. Let's see. A couple of big eminent soccer cards. Anything else at Card Hobby that we have to check out this week? Ooh. Gotta look at that ant. Gotta look at that. Oh, I love this Vince. Always love that Vince. Okay, so we've got about 5-6 cards at Card Hobby we've got to check out. So this one, you can see Logo Man, but doesn't it look just a little bit different? Maybe I'm wrong. I think it's not red, white, and blue. It's sort of more plain or more simple, but this is the straight up Logo Man rookie insert. I mean, this is a huge piece. You can see it says down here, rookie. You can see the holofoil around the Logo Man. It's numbered to 5. It's got the rookie there. That's awesome. You can't see the writing on the back to be able to check, what kind of jersey it's from. It's NT, so it's certainly not game used. But yeah, that's a big piece. It's at $8,000. Yeah, it's got 2 days to go. This is a really big Anthony Edwards card, though. Really, really big. When I first looked at it, I thought it looked small, like it might not be a real Logo Man. There we go. The zoom's working now. Let's see if we can zoom on the back here. The enclosed officially licensed material is not associated with any. So that's what they did that year. None of Ant's stuff out of NT is game used. Okay, the Shea. Thought so. This is the first off the line, and I'm telling you, I've said it a million times. Go ahead and compare this card with one that's not holofoil in hand. Look at them both in hand. Tell me which one's nicer. It's not even close. Okay. Kobe, yeah, gosh, I just love this set so much. I bought a few of these when they came out because I just thought that's like the nicest looking set ever. And then, like happens sometimes, I had to sell this stuff. But I had a Giannis from this set that was just like, look at that patch. It's just sick. It's just a sweet, sweet card. There are other flawless cards that will sell for more. There might be even other ones that are numbered to 20 that sell for more. I don't think there's another flawless Kobe out of 20 patch auto that looks as nice. I just think that's phenomenal. And it's still in its flawless original Panini holder. The Jokic, this is the black shimmer from 2024. Is this the Deca? This is the Deca. Still, it's a black Jokic. And that's a big card. I always love the Steph. I don't know what this holder is here. Maybe like a repack or something. But, you know, Contenders is such an important name in the hobby. His autographs on these were just phenomenal. And they sell for a fraction of what his other rookie autographs sell for. And then this Ant, I wanted to highlight this one because 2021. Why isn't this? Why isn't it making it big? Okay. Sorry, guys. There it is. It's making it big now. Anthony Edwards. Gosh, it's just not working the way it's supposed to. This is Eminence, so it's got to be game used, right? It has to be game used. So that's a big deal. All Eminence stuff is game used. I really got into the first year of Eminence. I didn't really get into the second year. Or the Kobe stuff, or the second or third years. I can't remember if this is the second year of Eminence. I can't remember. What I do know is it's time to pick the top 5 for the week. Gosh, I might get out of here in an hour, guys. It's like a record for me. Okay, let's look at the competitors. Let's get out of all the stuff that we're in that we don't need to be in. Don't need to be in it. Don't need to be in it. Oh, dear. Everything just fell apart there. Hope everything's okay. Let's see. Okay, so we have 6 cards on here. Gosh, I pulled 5. One from Fanatics this week, 1 from REA, and then 4 from Goldin. Goldin was high on my like list this week. I was really surprised at how much I like their vintage auction. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so the Wilt I think is going to make it. I've got to cut 1. The Ruth is going to make it. It's too nice. It's too nice a card not to make it. I think the Kobe's got to make it. The Ditka is going to be the card that doesn't make it. But I'm going to tell you what, like as far as cards to watch this week, this one's a really interesting card to watch. Pop 4, none higher, iconic card in person. Really interesting. This, I know my face is covering it, but the Lou Gehrig autograph is going to make the list. I just love signed cards of guys like this who just don't have a lot of signed cards. And then this triple autograph that I hadn't seen before, but that is from so early, such an important sort of, I don't want to say important. So like I always say, like cards like this had to walk before the cards that came later ran. And, you know, all 3 of those guys on the same card, it's really like, it's special. I love the out of 500. That's going to make my list too. So my number 1 card of the week. So I'm going to go my number 5 card of the week. This is tough. Number 5 card of the week is going to be this Ruth. For the vintage fans that you out there, you're going to say, you're crazy. But because like it's certainly worth more than other cards are that are on here. But like I love it. I love it. Like the 1,000 cards we just looked at, like this is one of my favorite cards of the week. Look how sharp it is. And that image of Ruth in a multi-sport set, like 1933 Sport Kings, it's fantastic. Number 4, we're going to do the triple autograph. I'm tempted to do it higher because of the era that it's in. I need to do more research, but I love that card. So we're going to do that number 4. We're going to do the Gehrig, number 3. These aren't necessarily in order. They're just going that way so far. Number 3 is the Gehrig. Probably going to be the most expensive by a lot out of these top 5 cards. But, and I would like to own it more than the other cards that are on the list for sure. But the fact that it's autographed, that he, you know, that he just doesn't have a lot of autographed cards of the time, that his autographs as nice as it is here, has to go on the list. Number 2, I'm going to go with the Kobe Logoman tag. Aesthetically, that's as nice of a tag auto as you're ever going to find, numbered out of 3. NT crushed that. I can't believe that card's that old. But my number 1 card of the week isn't a card at all. It's a sticker. It's the Wilt Chamberlain 1968 Mira Sport in its highest grade. Wilt does not have a lot of oddball original stuff. He does not have a lot of oddball stuff. Trust me on that. I've collected a lot of his stuff through the years. He doesn't have very much of it. And the stuff that he does have, there's not very many of them in existence. And to find the best condition one, this will be a really interesting auction to watch. I don't know what the market is for a 1968 Mira Sport Wilt Chamberlain that's PSA 8. I don't. But I think it'll be an interesting to watch. All right, guys, if you haven't already heard, the survey is done, the 25 and 25. You're going to see content that's going to be coming out on that in the next week or two. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Put a lot of work into it, and a lot of people have put a lot of work into it. So check that out. Again, please like, please subscribe, please do all that stuff. I do this every week. I love doing it. It helps drive my content that I'll make throughout this week. You'll see a number of reels that I produce, or top 10 lists that I produce based on these auctions. And grateful, obviously, for the support of the auction houses that help, that allow me to do a lot of these things that I do. I really appreciate that. And if you guys have any comments or any questions, feel free, please leave them in the comments. Don't worry about DMing me on Instagram. Just leave the comments here. And guys, until next time, happy collecting.